I got some maple. Neighbor cut tree down last Thursday, 6 days ago. I got two pieces. It was gonna be my first time. I'm gonna make a cowboy hat. Um, Now there's a question with all this is okay. Now I turned it and it was wet, and believe me, I was getting splashed like crazy. And I got it thin. I have a flash here. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. It never worked. It never worked. It still hasn't cracked. And what I did now when I was done sanding it and everything, I took it off and I blew it up. I put some denatured alcohol on it, and I put a sanding sealer on it. Is that why it's not warping? Is that why it's not doing anything? Should I have
Could
let
be.
it alone?
If you get it thin enough, it won't warp. And if you want the edges to curl up, you gotta do them yourself. You gotta get them clamped or put tension on them or whatever.
I did put a ring on it because I'll show you in a second. I mean, it's
So,
supposed to be a cowboy hat, but it looks like I should be probably gathering bananas or something. You know?
so
Sombrero.
No, hey,
Sombrero.
Captain Eddie's
Bandito.
done match.
So Al, I've seen a couple of
Captain Eddie's response on this. He's the one that's made cowboy hats.
That's why I didn't want to burn
You
that.
need a cowboy hat press to curl the wings up on the side. And it needs to be flat, and then they curl up and they elongate to the side, to the shape of your head. In a cowboy press.
I have three more pieces, and I said to myself, that's exactly what I did wrong. I made the curl too much myself.
you don't.
Yeah,
I don't
you
do
don't
it.
do any
In fact,
curl.
I don't
Smart
do
Do any
sombrero,
curl
like-
yourself.
Al, I don't do a curl. My fin comes straight out, almost flat, but actually tipped down, and the other direction. And it is as thin as the back cardboard on a writing tablet. That's how thin the wood's got to be. Transparent all the way through and stabilized to be the same moisture. Yeah, now you see at the top is concerned. Now, how about at the brim, not at the crown? Right, don't, yeah, you're a little bit too heavy where the crown meets the brim. It's you're 2 inch feet down there, right where your fingers are.
Right in there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And the
Right,
reason
right
you don't do the curve there is if you curve that, you made it too thin and it would hook. It wouldn't bend, it would hook. If you have it flattened out and the consistency is the same from very top to the bottom, and I mean all the way to the crown, it's got to be the same thickness, and it's and very delicately cut. But then, as Kate said a minute ago, you need to squeeze it. Now, this whole thing's got to do with the timing and the moisture. And
Since
don't
Saturday,
take-
I had bungee cords all around it.
Okay, well, I think my press still might be out there in the shop, but my press looked like a pair of hands that would just go up and grab the outside edges of the two of the crown, just like this.
Right,
Push
Right.
on the two sides.
right.
This is a grain of the wood run right here. And it
Right.
would the front push out, the back push out. And then if you just did that with a piece of cardboard, you would see where the sides would start to roll under. And that's where your tape. And it's mostly done with tape and light bungee cords. But when it's in a holder, it's easier to feel it moving. Now, you said you splashed alcohol on it, put sealer on it or whatever.
I
No,
did.
the key to this whole thing is you're wanting this wood to do what God made it to do.
Right,
Move.
right.
All right. You can't let the moisture come out of that wood too fast. In fact, when I'm turning a hat, I'm spritzing the inside of the hat with the whole time I'm turning it, letting water go through the hat. Now that's not cellular water, that's transference water. It will go through the wood. It will keep the wood from wicking off cellular water. Once the transference water is spun out of a piece, it goes to cellular water, which is the microscopic water that's held in the cells. When that starts to disappear or evaporate, then you no longer have flexibility. The piece won't move after that. It's just like when you put a piece in the steam box and steam it. What are you doing? You're injecting steam and you're injecting transference moisture into it and letting the cellular moisture stay in. So you have control. It will become flexible. You're doing the same thing with this piece of wood. You want it to stay as wet as possible. I mean, if you're gonna wear snorkel gear, it's okay. But you keep spritzing with water and don't add any chemical to the water, because water is gonna be a friend. And then once it starts to dry, then you have to worry about, is it drying too fast? Because if it dries too fast, it will explode, it will pop. So
Sure.
it's not a thing that once you see it start moving, oh, take it all away and put the fan on and dry it. No, it's
No.
let it down and let it slowly adapt to that twist. And I've had hats made out of pecan wood that look like something came out of Australia, all twist tail down front. And what I thought I'd get a couple $100 for the hat, sold for almost $1,000 one time, because it was hat I didn't think I'd ever recreate. I didn't think I could create, but it wasn't me. The piece of wood was perfect, and
Right.
water. Now I did one for a club demonstration one time, and they had me do soup to nuts on it. And after about 3 hours, I needed a break. Chuck, hat, and everything went in a 55-gallon drum of water, all to the bottom of the water. And I had all kinds of guys saying, "You screwed up, you screwed up, you screwed up." That turned up to be one of the nicest sculpting hats that I had done, because that slowed down that water transference so much that it allowed the flexibility, and it was a piece of ash, allowed the flexibility of that wood to come in and grab. And so play with it. Do yourself a favor. I'm not questioning your abilities. Let's do something less than a hat size. Okay, let's get something about 8 or 10 inches around, about that big. Make it super thin, sort of shaped like a hat. Get it down that thin, and then play with it. You can use an old squeeze clamp, but wooden squeeze clamp to bring the sides in instead of making a large clamp. And just to see what happens, and that is more controllable for water, because remember, you don't want it to dry. Dip it in the water, work with it, keep it dry, and then after a while, when it starts moving, then you'll understand. Okay, now I'm going to help it move. But heat and air, not your friend. It's your enemy. And I know I've had my wife come out and say, "You look terrible," because I'm covered in the crud that comes off a
I
hat.
had so much fun. I had so much fun.
It is. It is.
I put a YouTube link in the comments to one of Jim Williams' videos. He's turns
good.
these hats. Yeah, he's great at it. And among other things, you can see how thin he gets it, and you can also see the press he uses to bend the rim and shape it. So
Right.
I go there.
Jim
Yeah,
had
I go there and
swat the sheet. It was awesome.
yeah,
Think-
he's
yeah,
very good.
Well, Jim is also a pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
He's just a master. Yep.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's a great guy.
Yep.
Okay, I've got 3 more pieces. Like right now, they're only 6 days that they've been cut down. So I would say I have no more than 2 weeks with being, green as I want it to be. So
Put them
I'm gonna
in a bucket of water. Put them in a bucket of water, Al. You don't want
Water's
them
your
drying
friend.
out at all.
oh,
Water's your
so
friend.
just put the whole log in water.
Yeah.
There's big logs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Put
have
'em-
my wife.
Get a 55-gallon garbage can, plunk them in there, and fill it up with water.
Okay,
gotta-
here we go.
Hey, you
Yeah,
got a bathtub, right? Put it in
yeah,
there.
my wife would never use it again if I put that in there.
But
Oh, boy.
it's
Okay,
your friend. You can't I shouldn't say you can't get it too wet. You might, but water is your friend, because you don't want that transference
Not
moisture
gonna take
leaving
on water.
and taking the cellular water with it. There's 2 waters in that wood, and you need them both to be your friends. One short-term friend, one's a long-term friend. So
Got it. Everybody, hey, thank you.
You're
Everybody have a
welcome.
really nice evening. Everybody be
All
good.
right.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Al.
Al.